Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck, and as you can tell, I'm over at the park this morning and just got done walking Flapjack, his morning walk, and thought I'd take a couple minutes to talk about some van issues. And I've got a whole list of things I want to eventually do to the van. There's nothing real absolute needs to be done today, but it's been parked for a few days and we've had a little bit of rain, and when I got in it this morning I noticed it smelled like rust. Now, rust is obviously the enemy to all these old vehicles, and fortunately we live in an area where it's pretty dry and we don't get a lot of rust. But there is a particular thing on these, and let me show it to you while I'm thinking about it. This area right in here is called the cowl. And the cowl, traps a lot of water that comes running down off the windshield. And what ends up happening to them over a period of time is they get filled up with leaves and debris. Now, I don't know if how well you can see this down in here, but this thing is just full of leaves. And what happens when it does that is they have drains built into them. And when the drains get plugged up by debris, or sometimes they have a little rubber hose on them, and of course they go bad after 30-some years, then what happens is that the water tends to find its way inside somewhere. And let me show you where that shows up on the van. Well, Flapjack, he's sitting there in my chair and he says good morning. But what happens is it shows up right down here. Now, we've had a little bit of rain. Now, this doesn't feel wet. Sometimes it'll actually feel wet. But on these Econoline vans, especially these older ones, you got to pull that carpet up every once in a while and check underneath that, because that area and the area on the other side, the passenger side, is prone to rust. I haven't done that. I've been going to replace this carpet. As you can see, it looks pretty rough. That's the original carpet, so it's 32 years old. But I need to pull that carpet up and I need to check under there for rust. And it kind of bothered me a little bit. Maybe raise it up on the priority list a little bit. Let me come back around. Raise it up on the priority list a little bit because they, when I was parked in there and I get in there and it smells like rust, I don't like that, because that can get real expensive in a hurry. So what I need to do is I need to pull that carpet up, and then if there's rust underneath there, I need to treat it with that rust converter stuff. And like I said, I've been wanting to replace that carpet anyway, but the replacement carpet kits are available, but they're a little bit pricey, and I just haven't wanted to spend the money. But I'm going to have to raise that up on the priority list. So that's probably enough for right now. It's a beautiful morning over here at the park. Let me just give you a quick pan around. There's quite a few people walking their dogs this morning. The grass is green. We've had some nice rain here the last couple of days. Had a thunderstorm during the night last night with lightning banging around pretty good. But it's just a beautiful morning to be alive. So I went through all the rigmarole to pull the cowl off. And the only place that it's bad was right over on that other side where I showed you. Right down in there. Other than that, it's not bad in here at all. Well, that fooled me. I figured I was going to find something worse than I found. So let me clean that out and I'll put it all back together. A few hours later, I've got everything put back together, cleaned out. Now, there were the tools that I used down there. A little step came in handy. And this is all I got out of there. It wasn't as much as I thought, but there was enough that probably made the job worthwhile. So then my next thing I got to go look at is I got to go remove the inner door panels and check the bottom of the doors. Because if you see how cracked these are right in here, well, what that does is that lets water run down the glass and run down into the bottom of the door. So I'm going to check and make sure that the drain holes are unplugged down there. But my rust odor is coming from somewhere. It's looking like, come back around, it's looking like it's going to storm today, so I probably won't do any more of this today. And we got storm clouds building to the north and I can hear thunder rumbling. So I'm going to pick my tools up and stop for the day, but I'll pick it up next time I get working on this. But I figured I'd take you along on that little project and I guess that's about all for now. So like I always tell you, take care of each other, love each other. I'll be back with you again on another one here real soon. And give one more quick look at the van here. And we'll just say peace out.